Hello friends, I am back today with another international topic, and the topic is what is the new world order and who is the top country at the moment since Putin has started the war or invasion or whichever way we and the leftists call it. And in this world order, what is India's place? So I'll just give away the summary which I want to say at the end. Definitely, India and its stock has improved by leaps and bounds. I don't want to put a number today. We'll leave for a future date about who is number one, number two, number three in the world order at the moment. So why I'm doing this topic is there are a lot of things that have happened end of last month and from the beginning of this month, accumulating in the 2+2, the foreign and the defense minister 2+2 talks with their American counterparts, and finally Modi ji having a chat with Biden. So we'll come to that 2+2 and what happened and what our minister spoke at the end of that. But I'd just like to summarize a few things that have happened at the end of last month, like from 19th of March till about 31st of March or about 1st of April, accumulating in the visit of the Russian foreign minister. He was the only one who had an audience with Prime Minister Modi ji. And I'll just come quickly in about a minute about all what has happened from the 19th of March. First, it was a visit from the Japan Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. And this was about what we have had a perennial relationship with Japan. They have got huge investments in huge big projects, mainly in railways and infrastructure. So he just wanted to have a discussion about what is happening to the projects, what all has happened, what is the things that are happening and what is the future. And then you can read in between the lines why Japan came around as well. Then it was Austrian foreign minister Alexandra Schonberg on the 20th of 3. It was just a routine visit. They had nothing much to do, but basically it was a NATO and the American pressure that sent them here to put some pressure on the government and Modi ji to act on their side and not on our own terms about this Russian war. And then there was a virtual meeting, PM Australia with Prime Minister Modi, Scott Morrison, and that was again about economics. Australia has been nicely beaten because of China having stopped the big time imports of their wine and coal and everything. So Scott Morrison wanted to sell something to India. So that's again a bit economic. And then it was Victoria Nuland, the US Foreign Secretary, on the 22nd, trying to put some pressure to change sides or change our whatever our stand was on the Russian thingy. And then it was the Nicholas Delindas, the Greek foreign minister. We will leave it there. Greek had nothing much to do. That was just a routine visit. It was pre-planned. And there was a Oman foreign minister on the 24th, Syed. So that was also a routine one, nothing much to do. On the 7th, that was a bit of an important one. Yang Yi, the Chinese foreign minister, visited New Delhi. And he went via Afghanistan, Pakistan and came to India. And he did not get an appointment with Prime Minister Modi ji in spite of many things. He said, speak to your equivalent foreign minister, convey to whatever it is, we'll discuss upon that. The main agenda he came was to get a confirmation from the Prime Minister's office that Prime Minister Modi ji is going to the BRICS summit, because BRI, I is India. Without India, the BRICS summit is of no use, which is going to happen in China at some point of time in the next 3 to 4 months. So their anxiety was that they wanted us to be confirmation so that they can beat the band all over the place that India is attending as well, which we or the government of India never entertained. And then the UK Foreign Secretary, or whatever we say, that was on 31/3. And then even before that, on 33, there was a Mexican foreign minister, And there was on the 30th of 3, there was a German national security advisor, James Potner. And then after that, on the 31st of 3, it was a UK foreign secretary. And on the same day, there was this Singh, Indian origin man, the national security advisor to the America. He came in as well. I'll speak to you in a minute about that. And then that was the last visit, which concluded was with the the Russian foreign minister. The Russian foreign minister was the only one out of all these who had had an audience with Prime Minister Modi ji, because he said he was carrying some personal message from Putin to Modi ji. And of course, it was the same story that maybe they wanted to talk a few things. The first of which would be to thank Prime Minister Modi ji for supporting them straight away, supporting or opposing whatever the motions were in the UN, and about the defense, which we had some apprehension about, spare parts, the tanks, and then the delivery of the things that were in the pipeline. And the last thing was about the ruble trade for the bulk buying of the crude oil. After that, there has been a bit of a quite a lull in the first week or so. And then there is this big band 2+2 meeting of the foreign and the defense. Jaishankar ji and Rajnath ji represented, and then they had one-to-one talks with their counterparts there. And then the virtual meeting happened. And now I have to confess that in my lifetime, it is this first time that I have seen a foreign minister or a defense minister, Indian foreign or a defense minister with spine, standing straight up and speaking what they wanted to speak. The foreign minister clearly told the Americans just to not teach any morals and scruples on to India anything about the human rights. And he spoke about a lot of things about what Russia oil is, who is buying more, who is buying less, how much India is buying, who is supporting whom, where the money is going from, which they say is being used by Putin for the war and everything. He was very, very clear, and then that was pretty clear. And it was the more interesting was about Rajnath Singh, who was very astonishingly very, very clear to summarize about what all he wanted to say about America. But he came pretty clear about China to say in Hindi, this translated to English, don't provoke, you will get it. So that sentence just stopped there, and everybody understood whatever it is, because in diplomatic and then the inner circles, they know what exactly happened in Galwan and how many losses we had, which we had clearly declared and respected all our soldiers and their families. China has still not declared, but the world over knows what exactly happened there. And even America knows that this is the first country which has straight in a one-to-one replied properly in the proper way to China. And so let us come to some of my personal experiences about what I had faced. This was in while I was in the UK, and then the Bombay attack was happening. I was working in a UK hospital, and then as usual, this all happened eveningish, nightish UK time. And then by the time we had our 11, 12 o'clock coffee the next day, there were a lot of English consultant. I would have to honestly say majority of them were English consultant. Honestly, there was no Pakistani consultant there. I'm not sure how the discussion would have been. And many comments which were hugely, really, personally insulting. But the only one that still catches my mind and still I feel insulted today is the consultant trying to say, is this the way your Prime Minister's body language is? And the reaction is to a terror attack, killing hundreds of people, happening in the heart of your financial capital? I had no answer for that. So we have come a long way in about 11 years post the Bombay carnage, that for now, the foreign minister and the defense minister have shown absolute spite. So let us conclude now to say what exactly has happened to the world order. The first thing what has happened is, let us discuss the negatives first. Like, the US has been dethroned, and it is no more a world top power who people will get scared of, or it will dictate terms, and who people will listen to. Putin has put an end to that first story. and the next few weeks about how Ukraine Russia invasion or whatever goes, there will be this discussion about who is number one, number two, number three, and where India is placed. Maybe we'll discuss about a few months later, but I am pretty clear that we have moved into somewhere in the top, which is sort of recognized by the running around of this 10, 12 foreign ministers, prime ministers, everyone wanting to have a chat with India, or the prime minister's office, or the external affairs minister, or the prime minister. So absolutely, India has gone hugely higher up in the world order, and everybody wants to listen to us. Everybody wants to take our opinion. Everybody wants us to mediate as well. So that is the final conclusion for today. We'll come back with another video at a later date.